Yo, what's up? Pop and Todd. We're on Mount Tabor in Portland, Oregon. It's a beautiful place. It's a volcano. Enough about the volcano. More about what we're doing here in this lesson, which is adding hips now, okay? We're really adding the hips now, okay? We've been slowly moving forward. And now we get put in those hips, all right? You can't dance without the hips. Now when we're hitting, we got this. We got this. All right? We got this. Now we got this. So, we got that. We got that. Now, when I move my hips a certain way, they can help me get in that hit, all right? So let's say we go back with the hips. For this one, let's just have our legs straight, like we're kind of focusing on more maybe some robotic motion. A lot of robot has straight, rigid legs, right? So, get those legs straight, maybe even like locked in position, okay? And then we just go back in the hips. Weight's gonna go for this one into the heels, okay? I may have said this before, I'll say it again. Popping is largely a grounding dance, okay? So that means the weight oftentimes, most times, goes into the ground and not out of the ground. You don't see a lot of people like, I don't get much power out of that when my weight's in the toes, all right? Hips are often back, okay? The hips go back, weight in the heels, boom, okay? Since the torso is going forward, I'm gonna go inward hit. Hips back, boom, and in. Hips back, boom. So, real slow, okay? Boom, 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 boom. Now, I'm gonna add how to hit with having the hips go forward, okay? So, back, forward. Now the hit's different. I do the outward hit because my torso is going back, and we know when we go back, we use those back muscles. We also end up going out. Just to recap, because it's easier to have good posture going up, it's easier to have crappy posture going down, okay? So we hit that way. Boom! Going in. Boom! Going out, all right? So now let's watch the hips. Here or there. Forward or back. Boom! Da! Da! Boom! 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 And for this one right now, just doing this simpler movement, we're not gonna go back to neutral, like, you know, not boom, because I could hit and I could be like that and it goes back to neutral. It's fine to do that. It takes more energy, but it's totally fine to do that. But for this one, we're gonna still go the path of least resistance, all right? Which is boom. I just kind of leave it there until I hit. Boom. Now it's out. Boom. Now it's slightly in, slightly out, slightly in. Boom. 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 Ha. Boom. Now, even though I'm moving my hips, I'm not exactly hitting with the hips just yet, okay? There's gonna be a different technique I'm about to teach later. But right now, this is just the momentum. The hips are helping. Because if I go, boom, like that, and not hit with the hips, I could still do it. It's still fine. So, just reviewing what we did in the past, I might have taught the hit, but not in the way that's using the hips. So when that happens, my weight, if my hips stay here and my torso goes forward, my weight goes into my toes. Not as much leverage, but still can do it, and you still sometimes should do that because that's a different effect. All right? Boom. Boom. Now weights in the heels, weights in the toes, weights in the heels, okay? Always be aware of your balance. Be super conscious of your balance. That will affect your hit, that will affect your movement, that will affect your groove. It's something that's not really mentioned enough, is where is your balance in relation to your feet, okay? So, moving on. Boom. Now, when I go in, when I move the hips, so before I was coming from the hips, now I'm moving the hips. Boom. The opposite happens now. The torso goes forward, the weight goes into the heels, because now I'm doing a counterbalance, all right? So meaning I'm offsetting the torso going forward with the hips going back. Okay? I'm offsetting the torso going back with the hips going forward. Now my weight to my toes. Heels, toes. Heels, toes. Heels, toes. And now I'm going to, without a hit, okay? Move like that. Feet together. Boom. 1 foot back, 1 foot forward. All right, that kind of shit. All right, now let's get a little more moving forward here. Just remember, I'm just giving right now some building blocks. So if you are more advanced, just know I'm giving something for you then to make more complex. All right, so I'm just only right now slightly moving, just a little more complex. Here we go. So right now all I want was straight up forward, back or forward with the hips. Now I'm just gonna add a little bit more. Okay. And add a little bit of a groove there. I can do it in a way that's more mechanical, not so much of a groove. Kind of still a groove though, really. So they're super mechanical. And it's like a V. Here, here, boom, boom. All right, and I'm just gonna emphasize the hit going back right now, all right? Boom, boom. Now here's more with a groove, less mechanical. Okay? And now notice, this is me exaggerating kind of, but you can see the weight goes into the heels, okay? With the hips going back, weight's going in those heels. Boom, 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 boom. Don't get this confused with the Fresno. This is definitely a completely different thing. Yeah, not really related if you're familiar with the Fresno. So the V, switch. V, kind of pivot, right? So I'm kind of going to my toes, and then I just pivot back, okay? Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so that, just to show just some ways that maybe you can go from that. Okay, so I'm just teaching a basic version, but there's plenty you can do just with this concept, all right? All right, so now let's just do the opposite. I'm gonna emphasize the V went like this before, okay? Now the V's gonna go like this. And we're gonna emphasize the hips going forward and hitting with that. And so when we do that, the weight's gonna go a little bit more in the toes, okay? Or in the ball of the feet. Boom, boom. Okay, mechanical. Boom, 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 and less mechanical. So for those of you that maybe are newer to grooves or wanting to learn a new one, all I'm doing right here is just whoop, whoop, reaching, bringing it back. Okay, now to add a little bit more to it, because I'm kind of flat-footed, but watch this, see? Weight's going into the heels, then a little more in the toes. Into the heels, and the toes. Now to add a little more to it, and this will give me more momentum to help me hit. It's these little things that I do that help me hit harder, okay? Like this, for example. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. So now, boom. One, boom, boom. One foot's flat, the other one lifts up the heel. That simple movement helps me, boom, get in, get that motion into that hit, get that momentum into the hit. Boom. So let's just now simplify that, just a simple back and forth. Before we did this, both hips are more emphasized. Boom. Here actually both hips are also emphasized. Boom. Boom. All right. Okay. So you have just a couple variations instead of just doing that. Also doing something like that, or like this. Getting a hit, getting a little basic groove in there. All right. So moving on a little bit. We're taking like little baby steps, and then we're at the top of the mountain, all right? First, baby steps. So we did the V's, okay? Now we're gonna do the boxes, all right? So by box, and I know if we just did that by itself over and over again, it's not gonna look like, that's not what you take to a dance circle or a competition. These are just, remember, just something for you to just build on. Just, okay, I move that way and I hit like that. I move that way and I hit like that. So I'm just gonna break down how we do this. And then you put in your freestyle. Boom, ta, boom, boom, ta, boom, boom, ta, boom. Okay. All right, so back to this square, this box. You got that one. And now we're gonna move to the left. Now, when I'm moving to the, I said the left, I mean the right. So when I'm moving to the right, I'm gonna go, are we going more out or are we going in? Okay, something to think about. I'm gonna go in. It's like, because say if I was doing a circle, I would start going a little in. So that means, boom, that hit's gonna go in with it. Out, in. Shit. In's just easier for me, so I just do that. But, so even that, I went in. But if you like going outward more, you could be more like, boom, boom, ha. Watch the difference, so subtle. Boom, out, or I mean, sorry. Get your words right, Todd. In or out, and all the way forward and out, all right? So I wanna go out, in for this one, okay? So just, you can mix and match however you want to do it, what works comfortable for you. So, out, in, out, in, out, in, boom, ha. Okay? Just feel it out. So for me, I'm gonna do what's more comfortable for me, is I'm gonna do in as many times as I can. Here, I definitely gotta go out. There's just no way around it. The hip goes forward, diaphragm goes out. Boom. But now in. So only out one time for me, because that's the way it's easiest for me to do. Boom, boom, ha, boom, ha, boom, boom, ha, boom, 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 ha, boom, boom, ba, boom, ha. Now, we can go side to side, boom, or I mean diagonally, boom, boom. Before we had a box, now we're cutting the box in half. There's the box, boom, boom, okay, boom, ha, boom, ha, boom, boom, ha, boom, 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 ha, boom, boom, okay. So you just see those little variations that I'm doing. I want to just explain what you can do with the legs while doing this box shape. So me, I've just been rigid legs, okay? And let's say, where's my upper body when I'm doing this? Right now, I'm focusing on opposite, okay? Okay, but we could also just kind of keep it still, boom, and then it's really emphasis on the hips. Watch the difference. Boom, boom, ha, boom, boom, ha, ha. Or this one's a little trickier if you keep your upper body isolated, but that's another way that you can move with this. Since we're doing popping involves a lot of isolations, so you can choose if we're going all out, boom, 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 ha, boom, boom, or boom, ha, boom, ha, boom, boom, boom. Okay, see the difference? One, I'm being very mechanical, and the other, I'm really emphasizing a big groove to it. All right. Now, are the legs straight? Is the leg bent? How do we go about that? You can do this with straight legs. Boom, boom, boom. And here, it's maybe straight, but they're not gonna be, there's not any weight pushing them back. This is locked. This is straight-ish, but you can also say it's soft. It's not like necessarily bent, but it's not like this. But there's no weight making my legs straight, so it's just a different feel. Just notice that feel, because if I'm totally straight, this is me having them totally locked. It just doesn't work. It's too much tension unnecessarily. This falls into place. It's just natural to have it be totally locked. This makes sense. All right, locked, soft. Here's me locked and forward. It just is just like stiff. We don't want to get super stiff. All right. So soft. So they're like. There's a little bit of bend, just like something like that, okay? Just keep that in mind. All right, moving forward. So now let's bend one leg just to get a different, like a looser kind of feel to it, okay? So straight, I'm just gonna go back and forth right now. Back to the right, back to my left, all right? And they're both straight, both legs are straight. Now, boom. Now there's a little bit more things at play, okay? The hips now, instead of just going going a little bit to my right, a little bit to my left. Boom, 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 ha, boom, ha. But the hip is still going back. So instead of both hips going together, now one is emphasized going back. This one is kind of rotating, so we're kind of rotating towards my left, okay, or counterclockwise. Boom, and it goes back, back, boom, boom, ha, boom, boom, boom. Okay, notice that. Now what if we did that same thing, just going left and right, left and right, left and right, but we're forward. It's gonna be different. Boom, ha, boom. So here's straight, legs are kind of straight. Boom, boom. And now here's me bending one knee, which emphasizes the weight on another knee. Boom, boom, boom. Rotating towards my left. This leg, this knee is totally locked in position, okay? Boom. And I'm gonna help it, remember, by having this go the opposite direction. Boom. So it's kind of like a straight line. I never said that. It's kind of like a straight line. Here, back to, we're going forward. But with a little twist with the hips, okay? While upper body goes back. Boom, boom, ha, boom. All right, boom, 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 ha. We can also, remember, go to the V with it. Boom, ha, even. So it could be here, 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 or here, here. All right, back, oops, my bad. Back, forward, okay, keep that in mind. Boom. Ha. Boom. Ha. Ha. Now let me think how I want to move on. Okay, so now here are some ways that doing these little movements here can help my freestyle and give me the ability to hit hard without moving that much. It's like, yeah, it's really helpful. So, for example, I'm just gonna freestyle some stuff. Boom, da, boom, 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 ha, boom, da, da, boom. Hey, see, and it's just, right now it's helping me a lot. It's just me just lifting up one heel and then having my hip go forward. So there's still like, it's just like this little subtle thing that someone watching, except for you, shh, don't tell anyone though, this is our secret, right? Is this gives me the leverage to boom, da, boom, 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 da, boom. It's just, I can just sink into everything. Boom, even if I'm going up, it's still, maybe sinking's not the right word, but it's still like comfortably just boom, falling into place, rising into place, I don't know, boom, okay? All right, now we're gonna do a routine. one of the leg count. Here we go. First 4 counts. 1, so I'm gonna do it without his first. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 4. Get that hip up, okay? Knee. It's called a knee, my bad. Knee up. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay? I'm gonna be mechanical at first with this one. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Out. In. Just move in here. And 3 into a hit. Lift that knee up. 4. Okay? Boom. Okay? Let's do mechanical, and then I'll show you how to do it less mechanical. When this beat comes back in, thank you, Aaron Evo. 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom, da, boom, boom. 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom, ha, boom, boom. I messed that one up. 6, 7, 8. Boom, ha, boom, boom. Okay. Boom, da, boom, boom. So this is helping me get a little momentum. I don't need it though. This is totally fine too. Boom. I'm gonna bring that knee up with it. 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom, ha, boom, boom. Okay. Now here's doing it less mechanically, more with the arms kind of free. Okay. 6, 7, 8. Boom, ha, boom, ha. 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom, da, boom, boom. Okay. So all I did right there is my arms are kind of just going opposite what the hips are doing, okay? If you're already more advanced, you can just add whatever way you want to do it. But if you want to just see how I'm doing it and try it, or you're newer, here's how I'm doing it, okay? So just hoop, hit, hoop, 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 and then I go with it. I just change it up, and then I kind of can't help it. I got mechanical at the last count. 6, 7, 8, boom, da, boom, boom, boom. Okay, see that? All right, now adding on. Boom. Okay, so here I'm not using what I taught in this lesson. Boom, 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 boom. Just boom. Get mechanical with it. Twist down. All right. Boom, boom, ha. Out, in. Boom, twist. Boom. If you want to, you can do this. In. Boom. I'm going to go out. Boom. So that means I'm emphasizing this going back as opposed to emphasizing this going in. But notice that. You can notice that. Play with either one. Boom. Here's me twisting. Boom. Going in. Boom. Here's me twisting. Going out. Boom. Boom. And the emphasis is on a different shoulder with each one. Emphasis here. This is helping me. A little cheat. Make sure, not that. Just boom. Little cheat. Make sure not that. Just boom. 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 Okay? Pick and choose. Boom. Boom. Also, it's not just the shoulder. I'm feeling what I believe is the bottom, the trapezius muscle, right around that shoulder blade, okay? Getting activated. Boom. Okay. Slow, do it halftime. So from here. So 4, 5, 6. Out, in. Okay? Boom. Ha. Boom. Boom. Okay. Go over that slowly again. So say here we're at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom. Ha. Boom. Boom. Okay? All together, halftime. 8, and I forgot, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? And if you want, bring up the leg with it. Boom. Boom. Da. Also, you can go away, you can go the opposite direction. I mean, go towards it. Boom. Okay? Or it's a little more mechanical. boom, boom, or boom, boom, or straight legs, boom, and against, boom. What do I say? Maybe towards each other, or with each other, with the hips. All right, so I'm not strict with the last one. Do as you please. Wait till you hear this song. You haven't heard it yet. Oh, you didn't know that. Check it out. Here it goes. First time you've heard it. 5, 6, 5, 6. Up to the tempo. Boom, da, boom, boom, ha, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Boom. So for those of you that are maybe struggling, trying to find some extra ways, additional ways to go to the beat without being too repetitive, here's just a simple thing that I often do, and I already taught it in the routine, but I'm emphasizing it here, is 1, 2, mess it up, 1, 2, and 3, okay? I'm not hitting here, I'm just moving, and 3. It's got a slot, it kind of stops, but no dime stop technique, nothing like that. It's just boom, and then I lock it into place. Sometimes I do that, I add a little boom, da, boom, da, boom, boom. Sometimes it's just an arm. And I'm not using like some robotic dime stopping muscle control techniques, but it's just boom, just some stuff that I do. That's a way that you can add it, since, you know, I come from a mechanical background. That's how I add it. I do like straight lines a lot of times, but a lot of times it could be a circle. Boom, boom, da, boom. Okay, just like a little bit extra where I'm skipping a beat intentionally. That's what we're kind of doing here, all right? I wouldn't say skipping a beat, but it's like I'm moving, and I could have hit it, but it'd be like, it'd still be okay, but sometimes you can just add space. So, boom, da, boom, all right? Boom, da, boom, boom. But I could have done boom, da, boom, boom. Could have done that too, that would be fine. But okay, here we go again. 5, 6, boom, da, boom, boom, ha, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Okay. One more time? One more time. Okay. We're going to do one last time. Okay? Here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1. Boom, boom, ha, boom, 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 boom. Okay? Notice how I did? I just went different ways. Mechanical, with the hips, against the hips. Not mechanical. Boom, boom, ha, boom. Maybe I do that sometimes. This is just one thing that I do, not like the way to move your arms, but a way to move your arms. Boom, ha, boom, 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 ha, boom, 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 boom. You know, that was like a little looser, you know, less robotic, less rigid. Figure out some ways that you can do things yourself, but notice the difference is like, it's still a little mechanical there at the very end that I did. But it's like freer. It's just a big motion as opposed to this. It's got a more mechanical vibe. Maybe still a little bit of mechanical steez in there, but less so. You can play with all those different variations. There you go. We implemented the hips. We figured out some ways to move the hips. And then and all that stuff helps, okay? Thank you. That's it. Show the cool shit behind you. Show it. See? Isn't that cool? Culture's cool. And we're out of here.